Hello, welcome to Christel Wellness Yoga. I am Christel, and today I'm going to take you through a beginner's flow. So we'll be practicing simple poses, but I really want you to focus on the sensation going through your body and your mind whilst you're practicing, and also on your breath. So we'll be practicing yogi breath, which is breathing in through the nose into the belly. So this is what we'll be doing today. And also just a word about where I am today. I am in Brazil, in the state of Rio de Janeiro, southern Brazil, near the village of Lumiar, where I come every year to that little paradise on earth. And I love it so much, I just wanted to share it, a little bit of it with you. So when you're ready, grab your mat and join me for the class. So let's get started in wide-legged child's pose. So open the knees mat width distance apart or as wide as is comfortable for you. Bring the big toes to touch. Come and sit on your heels. And then extend the arms forward. Rest your forehead on the mat. And just focus on your breath. Breathing in through the nose into the belly. So already notice the sensation happening, maybe in your legs, in your lower back, in your arms. Just pay attention. And then gently walk the hands over to the right. And place the left hand on top of the right hand. So you should feel a little stretch on the left side of your body. And now walk the hands back through center. Take a nice deep breath in. And now walk the hands over to the left. And place the right hand on top of the left hand. And notice the stretch on the right side of your body this time. Walk the hand back through the middle. Slide the hands underneath the shoulders. So the hands are placed right underneath the shoulders. Pushing with the hands, lift the chest up. Bring the knees closer together, but keep them hip distance apart. Walk the hands forward, come into a tabletop. So make sure the wrists are right underneath the shoulders and the hips above the knees. Spread your fingers apart. So you're distributing the weight of your body on the entire hand. And as you breathe in, start tilting the tailbone towards the ceiling. Bring the belly closer to the mat. Open the chest, look up. This is cow pose. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine. Chin to the chest and round as much as you can, pushing as hard as you can with the knees and the hands against the floor. Breathe in, come into cow and cat. And again, cow and cat. And then come back into neutral. So looking between both hands. And now step the right foot next to the right hand. You can use your hand if you need to. You can slide the left knee back. And now lift the chest up. And if you want, you can extend the arms above your head into a low lunge. So always make sure that the knee is not further than your ankle. Ideally, should be right on top of your ankle. Pushing the hips forward. Notice the sensation in your left leg. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, twist to the right, bringing the arms parallel to the floor. Breathe in again, come back facing forward. And then twist over to the left, lower the arms so they're parallel to the floor. Breathe in, come back facing forward. Bring the hands on the mat. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee off the mat to come into your runner's lunge. Push with the left hand, extend the right arm up into an easy twist. Bring the right hand back on the mat. Drop the left knee back on the mat. Bring the right leg back, come back into tabletop. Now, bring the right hip and the right shoulder closer together and bring the head to the side, but keep looking down. So again, we're stretching the left side of the body. And then come back through center. So now let's do the other side. Step the left foot forward, slide the right knee back into your low lunge. And then lift the chest up, extend the arms toward the ceiling. Now notice the sensation in the right leg. Always listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right or feel you in pain, it's very important that you come out of the pose, as it's your body telling you that you've gone too far, and find a restful position of your choice. Now take a nice deep breath in and then twist over to the left, bring the arms parallel to the floor. Breathe in, come back facing forward, and then breathe out, twist over to the right, arms parallel to the floor. Breathe in, come back facing forward, lifting the arms up. Place the hands on the mat. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee off the mat into your runner's lunge. Pushing with the right hand, extend the left arm towards the ceiling or the sky. You can look at the left hand if it's comfortable for your neck. Release the left hand on the mat. Drop the right knee on the mat. Come back into your tabletop. Looking between both hands. And now bring the left knee towards the left shoulder. Bring them closer together. And then turn your head to the left, but keep looking down as we're stretching the right side of the body. And then come back through center. Move the hands slightly forward. Tuck your toes under. And then push with the hands. Lift the sit bones. Come into your first downward dog. So for the first one, bend one knee at a time. Make sure the hands are in line with the wrist, fingers spread apart. Looking between both feet. Pushing the heels towards the mat. Notice the sensations. And drop the knees on the mat. And then come back into a child's pose. So come and sit on your heels, extend the arms forward. So you should feel intensity in the class, but you should never feel pain. So please pay a lot of attention to what your body tells you. On your next in-breath, come back into your tabletop. Walk the hands forward again, tuck the toes under, downward dog. This time come into a full downward dog, so really push with the hands. Lift the sit bones, but keep the ribs in and push the heels towards the mat. And it's okay if the heels don't reach the mat. Don't worry about it. It's okay if you need to keep the knees bent. It's fine as well. And now walk to the front of the mat. Keep the feet hip distance apart. Keep the knees bent. And then grab hold of opposite elbows coming into a ragdoll. Just focus on your breath and let gravity do the work. Notice how gravity is gently pulling you towards the ground. Nothing for you to do. Now release your hands on the mat. Make sure you keep the knees bent. And then gently, very slowly roll up into a standing position. So one vertebra at a time, take your time. Especially if you have low blood pressure, you may feel a little bit dizzy. So very important, you come back slowly. Okay. So now standing at the front of your mat, feet hip distance apart. Place the weight of your body in your heels. Engage the legs if you can, so kneecap lifted. Tuck the tailbone under. Bring the belly closer to the spine. Open the chest, arm by your side into your mountain pose. Breathe in, extend the arms up, bring the palms to touch. And then gently push the hips forward to come into a gentle back bend. And then come back through center. As you breathe out, fall forward, release the hands on the mat, release the neck. Say yes and no. Then come into a halfway lift, so placing the hands on your shin, bring the chest parallel to the floor, look straight down. Make sure the neck is in line with your spine. And then release the hands on the mat. Step the right foot as far back as you can. And then step the left foot as far back as you can. And we're coming straight into a plank pose. So again, make sure the fingers are spread apart. Wrist above the shoulders. Drop the knees on the mat. Keeping the arms as close to the rib cage as you lower all the way down. Push the hands and lift the head and chest off the mat into mini cobra. So look forward. Release your head back down. Push back onto all four. And then come back and sit into child's pose. Breathe. Notice the sensation in your body. Come back into a tabletop position. Tuck your toes under, lift the sit bones into downward dog. Step to the front of the mat. Keep the feet hip distance apart and again grab hold of opposite elbows. Release the neck, come into a ragdoll. Notice how gravity is pulling you down. Notice the sensation maybe at the back of your leg, in your lower back. Release the hands on the mat, bend the knees, and gently roll back all the way into standing, into your mountain pose. Breathe in, raise your arms up, bring the palms to touch. Push gently the hips forward into a gentle back bend. Release the hands on the mat, folding forward. Bring it to a halfway lift, so hands on the shin, chest parallel to the floor. Release the hands on the mat, step the left foot as far back as you can, and then the right leg, sorry. Coming into plank. Drop the knees. Lower the chest, but keep the elbows as close to the rib cage as you can, all the way down. On your next in-breath, push with the hand, lift the head and chest off the mat into mini cobra. Look forward. Release your head back down. Push back on all four. And then come and sit on your heels, come into child's pose. Notice the sensation in the body and in the mind. On your next in-breath, come back into tabletop. Walk the hands forward, tuck the toes under, back into downward dog. Step to the front of your mat. Keep the feet hip distance apart. And then again, grab hold of opposite elbows, coming into a ragdoll. So you can bend the knees as much as you want. Release the hands towards the mat, keeping the knees bent. Gently roll all the way into standing again, back into mountain pose. Well done. Breathe in, raise your arms up. And now sway over to the right, but keep facing forward. On your next in-breath or out-breath, come back for center. And now sway over to the left. Again, making sure that you keep facing forward. Come back for center. Roll forward, placing the hands on the mat. Come into a halfway lift, hands on the shin, chest parallel to the floor. Release the hands on the mat. This time step back straight into downward dog. Make sure you're spreading the fingers apart, hands in line with the wrist. Look between the feet, push the heels. And then drop the knees on the mat, come back into your tabletop. Push with the left hand, extend the right arm toward the ceiling. You can look at the right hand if it's comfortable for you. If it isn't, it's okay. Look down, look to the side. And then now thread the right arm, so place it underneath the left arm. And then lower the chest and the head, so you're resting on the right cheek, on the side. Make sure the hips stay above the knees, so adjust them a little bit over to the right. And if you want, you can extend the left arm above your head, but keep it on the mat. This is you thread the needle. Very nice upper back stretch. Notice the sensations. Focus on your breath. And now slide the left hand back underneath the left shoulder. Push the left hand, come back into your tabletop. Push the right hand this time. Lift the left arm up. Again, you can look at the left hand to the side or down, whatever is comfortable for your neck. And now bring the left arm underneath the right arm. Lower the chest and the head towards the mat, resting on the left cheek. Make sure the hips stay above the knees. Extend the right arm up. Notice the sensation in your upper back, maybe in the left shoulder. Bring the right hand back underneath the right shoulder now. Push the right hand, come back into your tabletop. Well done. Let's move the hips from side to side. Come back for center. And then come and sit on your heels. And then drop the hips onto one side and swivel the feet forward. So keeping the knees bent, gently roll onto your back. And now bring the knees into the chest. Hug your knees. You can even from side to side. Now extend the left leg on the mat. Keep the right knee against the chest. Using your left hand, bring the right knee all the way to the left. Shoulders stay in contact with the mat. And last, if you want, you can turn your head over to the right to come into a spinal twist. Bring your head back for center. Release. Now extend the right leg and bend the left knee. Bring the left knee against the chest. Pull it with both hands. Now bring the left knee all the way to the right. But keep both shoulders in contact with the mat. You can extend the left arm to the left. And then if you want, turn your head to the left. Just to deepen your spinal twist. If this is not comfortable, just keep looking at the ceiling. And breathe. This is a sensation in your spine, in your entire body. Breathing into the belly. And then bring your head back for center. Bring the left knee back for center. And again, bring both knees into the chest. Hug both knees. Keeping the knees bent, release the feet on the mat. So keep the feet in line with the hips, so the hip distance apart still. And just make sure you can just scrape the heels of your feet with your fingers. And you know you're at the right distance for this next pose. Arms alongside the body, palms facing down. On your next in-breath, tuck the tailbone under. And then push with the feet, lift the hips into bridge. And if you want, you can even tuck the shoulder blades underneath. Bring the hands together, interlacing the fingers to push against the mat to lift yourself even higher. Try to not let the knees drop to the side. Keep them in line with the feet. And go as high as you can. Well done. Now release the hands and then lower the spine as slowly as you can on the mat. Well done. Extend the legs on the mat, let the feet drop to the side, coming into the most important part of your practice, which is Shavasana, your final relaxation, just to allow your body to integrate the practice and your mind. Notice if there's any new sensations. Totally relax. Just stay in this position for as long as you can, trying to shut the mind, the monkey mind. If this is difficult for you, focus on your breath. I really recommend you stay in Shavasana for at least 5 minutes. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can roll onto one side, use your hands as a pillow. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, use your left arm to push yourself up into seated position again. I hope you enjoyed this gentle beginner practice. There are many other videos you can practice with me on my channel. Please leave me your feedback. I'm very interested to know what you think, what you would like to see more. And so I know what videos to create in the future. Also, please remember to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this practice, and to see you again very soon. Namaste.